This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Teacher sentenced to over 30 years for sexual assault and murder of 13-year-old. A Kingston teacher has been sentenced to more than 30 years in prison for sexual assault and murder of a 13-year-old girl. Sanju Maharaj, who was charged with the killing of 13-year-old Sanoya Ray, was sentenced on Thursday in the Home Circuit Court. Sanoya's remains were discovered inside Maharaj's bathtub in Wally Close, Kingston 6 on Friday, July 20, 2018. Maharaj had poured caustic soda and other chemicals on her body, causing it to deteriorate rapidly. Maharaj pleaded guilty to and was sentenced as follows: having sexual intercourse with a person under 16, 4 counts, 12 years imprisonment; murder, 21 years imprisonment; trying to dispose of a corpse, 2 years in prison at hard labor. The sentences are to run consecutively. Teen says 2 men had sex with a 9-year-old before he did. Days after being accused of sexually assaulting and killing a 9-year-old girl, a teenage boy told the detectives he did not act alone. He said 2 men had also been at the scene. They had sex with the child before he did, and one of them later killed her. He identified the man. The startling revelation was made in court on Thursday as a police detective continued his testimony in the case against the boy. He is accused of raping, boogering, and killing the 9-year-old after she accepted his invitation to pick apples as they walked home from school. The court was told that the boy, who was 13 years old at the time of the girl's murder on June 5, 2018, told the police during a question and answer session with his lawyer present that the 2 men were already in the bushes when he and the girl arrived. He said he knew one of the men and he had a machete. The other had a gun, the teenager said in his June 14, 2018 statement. The boy told the police that the man with the gun removed the girl's underwear and had sex with her first. He also told the police that he only had vaginal sex with the 9-year-old. Forensic reports have shown that the child was violated vaginally and anally. Initially, in giving his statement, the boy told the police that he did not know who killed the girl. He later admitted that the man he knew strangled her. The accused said he did not tell his parents about what had happened. When questioned by Renell Morgan from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, the detective told the court that inquiries were made into the man whom the accused named as the girl's killer, but the police found no reason to charge him. The seasoned detective said while he regarded it as a matter of priority, a colleague was tasked with conducting inquiries into the boy's allegations that the man murdered the girl. He rejected suggestions from defense lawyer Devon Brown that his failure to interview the man suggested lack of interest and incompetence on his part. Also on Thursday, the boy's khaki shirt, khaki pants, underwear, and black shoes were entered into evidence as numbered exhibits. The forensic doctor who conducted the post-mortem also testified. The cause of death was asphyxia caused by manual strangulation. The girl also had lacerations of the vagina and anus. While on the stand, the consultant forensic pathologist told the court that blood and white thick fluid resembling semen were seen in the girl's anal canal. The doctor explained that a male aged 12 and above is capable of ejaculating semen through the process of masturbation or sexual intercourse. He also explained that the lacerations seen could be caused by the entry of an erected penis or any other similar object. He further explained that the damage seen could be caused by severe forcible penetration from a disproportional or larger erected penis than the vaginal and anal canal of the victim. The case is being heard by Supreme Court Judge Courtney Day. The prosecution is led by Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn, supported by Morgan and Lorian Thogwell. The defense is led by Denley Sadu, supported by Brown. The case is expected to resume on Monday. Klansmen verdict expected by end of July. A verdict in the Klansmen gang trial, the longest-running matter of its kind which began in September last year, should be handed down by the end of July, Chief Justice Brian Sykes has indicated. All things being equal, we should be getting to the end of the evidence by next week, and then we are going to be having a break before the addresses begin so that persons can get their thoughts together and then the summation should begin and end before the end of the legal year, the Chief Justice said after the final two unsworn statements from alleged members of the gang at the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston on Thursday. The evidence to which he refers includes the testimony from witnesses who are being called by the defense team for several of the defendants, as well as the custody diaries and admission books from correctional facilities which were subpoenaed. On Thursday, the Chief Justice requested that the producers of the records be prepared to at the very least say how the records are prepared. We don't want somebody to come and tell us that I just started working there last month and I really don't know how the records are prepared. We need somebody who is proficient enough who can speak to how the records are created, the trial judge instructed, adding that it would be good if the creators of the original records be identified. Justice Sykes said in the event that this could not be done, a witness who could speak to the creating and the keeping of the records should be brought at best. So in respect of the attorneys who were requesting records from various institutions, I gather that the return date is Monday. We will see what Monday brings. We are going to be adjourning until Monday so the records can come, and then we will see what we shall see and hear what we shall hear, the Chief Justice said. The landmark trial, which is the largest of its kind in the Caribbean to date, originally began with 33 accused in the docks of courtrooms 1 and 2 of the Supreme Court. Prosecutors at the end of May, ahead of no case submissions by the defense, had indicated that they had no case against the 4 of the original 33 accused who had been standing trial, citing insufficient evidence. Those 4, Damien Elliston, Rashane Williams, Rivaldo Hilton, and Owen Armsby, were ordered freed by the judge. The Crown went on to concede a number of counts, following which a 5th defendant, Dwayne Chemist Salmon, also walked after a successful no-case submission by his attorney. The 28 remaining accused are being tried under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Amendment Act, commonly called the anti-gang legislation, with several facing additional charges under the Firearms Act for crimes allegedly committed between 2015 and 2019. The offenses for which they have been indicted include being part of a criminal organization, murder, conspiracy to murder, arson and illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. Accused gang boss Andre Blackman Bryan is charged with, among other things, being the leader of a criminal organization. Others answering to the charges are Bryan's brother Cavan Green, supposedly second in command, Tomrick Taylor, Khalifa Williams, Daniel McKenzie, Michael Whiteley, Pete Miller, Dylan McLean, Dwight Hall, Carl Beach, Lamar Simpson, Donovan Richards, Tariq James, Stephanie Christie, Fabian Johnson, Jazeel Blake, Roel Taylor, Kemar Harrison, Joseph McDermott, Jermaine Robinson, Jason Brown, Andre Golding, Marco Miller, Chevy Evans, Brian Morris, Andre Smith, Ricardo Thomas, and Ted Prince. The Crown is alleging that the accused between 2015 and 2019 carried out a range of murders, conspiracies to murder, and extortion and arson throughout St. Catherine. It said the gang's headquarters at Jones Avenue in Spanish Town was used by gang members for planning their exploits and was also where briefing and debriefing in respect of crimes took place. The court also heard that this was where transactions such as the sale and the purchase of guns to carry out murders were done. Several members of the gang in their roles as foot soldiers, the court was told, were responsible for ensuring that murders ordered were executed and that extortion money was collected. 2 women charged for electricity theft in St. Elizabeth. Police in St. Elizabeth say 2 women were charged for stealing electricity following a joint operation with the Jamaica Public Service Company in speculation at the Spring Park near Black River on Thursday. Charged with the offense of abstracting electricity are 28-year-old Susan Scott and 26-year-old Kamisha Smith, both residents of Speculation District. They are scheduled to appear in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court on September 14. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police Superintendent Dwight Daly said the mid-afternoon operation resulted in 12 illegal connections being disconnected and several hundred feet of electrical wires seized. Minor among 7 held in lottery scam bust, 5 high-end vehicles seized. 7 people believed to be part of the multi-million-dollar lottery scam were held Thursday, and 5 high-end motor vehicles seized during a joint police-military operation in Great Pond, St. Anne. Among those in custody is a minor, the Constabulary's Corporate Communications Unit said in a release. The operation forms a part of the security forces' crackdown on lottery scamming across Jamaica, said the CCU. During the raid, 3 BMW motorcars, 1 Toyota Mark X and 1 Toyota Crown were seized. In addition, 10 cellular phones and 2 laptops. Between the hours of 5 a.m. and 9 in the morning, a joint police-military operation led by the Lottery Scamming Task Force searched several homes at a Great Pond estate in the parish. Several of those in custody have been charged for breaches of the Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Act and for possession of identity information, said the CCU release. Among those charged are a 27-year-old businessman, 2 22-year-old men, and a 17-year-old. All are from the parish of St. Anne. The other people in custody are to be questioned by the police, according to the CCU. The identities of the 7 are being withheld pending further investigations by the Lottery Scam Task Force. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.